Hello everyone. I, Dr. Vinod Kushwaha, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, Hindustan College of Science and Technology, Farehmatra. Now, today I am going to deliver a very important theorem which is called Pointing Theorem. Before we start the Pointing Theorem, I introduce to Pointing Vector. What is Pointing Vector? The flow of energy or power in an electromagnetic field during to propagation of uniform plane wave. This electromagnetic field of flow of charge propagating in plane wave expressed by John H. Poynting in 1884. So, what is Poynting vector? The cross product of electric field vector and magnetic field vector is called Poynting vector. It is represented by S. So, now again we define the cross product of electric field vector capital E and magnetic field vector H is called Poynting vector, which is represented by S. So, the equation is S equal to E cross H. We write the equation or S equal to 1 upon mu naught times E cross B. E cross B. So, this equation is called Poynting vector. An electromagnetic wave has electric and magnetic field vector oscillating perpendicular to each other, and electric and magnetic disturbances travel in a direction perpendicular to the both electric and magnetic vector. If a plane polarized electromagnetic wave is propagating along x-axis, so electric field vector by directed along y-axis, then magnetic field vector will be directed by z-axis. So, prove this equation and known the facility of an electromagnetic wave propagating along the x-axis. Now, according this equation, S equal to E cross H or S equal to 1 upon mu naught E cross B, because B equal to mu naught into H. Mu naught is the permeability of free space. So, an electromagnetic wave has electric and magnetic field vector oscillating perpendicular to each other, and electric and magnetic disturbances travel in a direction perpendicular to the both electric and magnetic vector. So, if a plane polarized electromagnetic wave is propagating along x-axis, then let electric vector by directed along y-axis, because electric field is always propagating in y direction, and magnetic field vector will be directed by z-axis. So, the equation is S equal to E cross H. The equation is S equal to E cross H. E cross H, what is E? E is the direction of J times Ey cross K times Hz. J and K is the cross product which represent to I times Ey Hz. This is pointing vector. So Ey Hz measure energy per second per unit area. The unit is watt per meter square or joule per second into meter square. So these are the two units, and pointing vector gives the time rate of flow of electromagnetic wave energy per unit area of medium. So this is pointing vector definition. Now we can say pointing vector gives the time rate of flow of electromagnetic wave energy per unit area of medium. Now explain the pointing theorem. What is pointing theorem? We have already introduced S equal to E cross H. This is represent to pointing theorem equation. So let us see. Now explain the pointing theorem. We use the two equation of Maxwell. First one is modified Ampere's law and second one is Faraday law. What is modified Ampere's law? First equation is del cross H equal to J plus del D over del T. This is modified Ampere's law. And second equation is del cross E equal to minus dV upon dt. This equation is equation number first, and del cross E equal to minus dV upon dt. This is Faraday law equation. This equation is equation number 2. So by the two equations we prove pointing theorem. So taking dot product of electric field in equation first and H magnetic field in equation 2, taking dot products. So taking dot product of E and H in equation first and second respectively. So what is dot products? E times del cross H equal to E dot J, first one E dot J plus E dot del D over del T. We know that value of D equal to displacement equal to epsilon into E. Epsilon is the permittivity of any medium. So the equation is E dot J plus epsilon is a constant factor, so epsilon is this del upon del T E dot E. This function E dot E. Now we apply the equations E dot E function. This is known as E square. So differentiate the function del upon del T E dot E. What is del upon del T E dot E? We explain this function E dot E. First one, second one. First differential, second as usual, and second differential, first as usual. So dE upon dt plus E dE upon dt. So this equation is 2 times E dE upon dt. What is the function of E times dE upon dt? E times dE upon dt equal to 1 by 2. What is the function? 1 by 2 E dot E, 1 by 2 d upon dt E dot E. So this is the function. We evaluate the value of E dot E. Now what is the value of E dot E? This is 1 by 2. So the equation is E dot J plus epsilon times, the equation is 1 by 2 del over del T E dot E. The value is del upon del T. 1 by 2 del upon del T. The value is del upon del T 1 by 2 epsilon into E square. This is the function of E dot E. This is known as E square. So we can write del upon del T 1 by 2 epsilon into E square. Now what is the function of H times H dot del cross E equal to minus dB upon dt. So we can say H times dot product of minus del B upon del T. Minus is the function, so we can come out the minus, and del upon del T B equal to mu into H. So the equation is 1 by 2 mu into H square. Similar differentiation has been generated by this method. We know that B equal to and B equal to mu into H. So apply this equation 1 by 2 mu into H square. This equation is 2. This equation is equation number 3. And this one is equation number 4, H cross E. Now equation 3rd minus equation 4. Apply this condition. Equation 3rd minus equation 4. What is third equation? Third equation is E times del cross H minus H times del cross E. The function has been generated Ej plus del upon del T 1 by 2 epsilon into E square. Now the function is Ej plus del upon del T 1 by 2 epsilon into E square. Another function, this function is minus, so we use the minus function. This function is plus del upon del T 1 by 2 mu into H square. So this is the function which generated by E times del cross H minus H times del cross E. Now apply the condition of this function. Now E dot del cross H minus H dot del cross E. This is the vector identity of divergence A cross B. What is divergence A cross B? Divergence A cross B equal to divergence B curl A, B curl A minus A curl B. So we can say del times A cross B equal to B del cross A minus A del cross B. If you can show this equation is similar to this form. So we can say this equation is converted to divergence A cross B. What is? By this equation, divergence E cross H equal to E dot J plus del upon del T is common, 1 by 2 epsilon into E square plus 1 by 2 mu into H square. This is common factor. So this equation is del times E cross H. But you can say this equation is similar, but a negative sign has been generated. So this equation is on the negative sign because this is close factor H times A cross B first times and second one is this points. So negative has been common, the equation has been generated in this form. Let us now consider a volume V enclosed Y surface. To integrate the above relation over volume V. Now let us consider a volume V enclosed Y surface S and integrate this equation above relation over the volume V. So minus closed surface integration V del times E cross H is dV closed volume equal to V E dot J into dV plus closed surface volume V del upon del T is outer side and the volume is V times 1 by 2 epsilon into E square plus 1 by 2 mu into H square dV. The all function has been moved to dV. So apply the Gauss divergence theorem. What is Gauss divergence theorem? Surface charge convert to volume charge, volume integral. So apply the according to Gauss divergence theorem. What is Gauss divergence theorem? Closed surface of E cross H into ds. Closed surface of E cross H into ds equal to volume integral del dot E cross H into dV. This possibility has been applied in this theorem and express the relation. Now apply the Gauss divergence theorem. So del E cross H into dV, this function is equal to closed surface of E cross H into ds. So apply this function, minus has been transferred to right hand side. So this equation is minus V E dot J into dV minus del upon del T integration V 1 by 2 epsilon into E square 1 by 2 mu into H square into dV. So this is the equation of Poynting theorem. This is first point and another one point is second point. So we can say first term represented the rate at which electromagnetic energy is lost through to Joule heating loss, and second term represent the rate of decreases of energy stored in volume V due to electric and magnetic field. So E cross H, closed surface of E cross H into ds represent rate of flow of energy over surface S enclosed volume V. So E cross H gives the rate of flow of energy through unit area enclosed volume V. This equation is known as law of conservation of energy. This is known as Poynting theorem. Now, this is the physical significance of Poynting theorem. What is physical significance? First term represents the rate which electromagnetic energy is lost through Joule heating loss. And second term represents the rate of decrease of energy stored in volume V due to electric and magnetic vector. So, closed surface area of E cross H into ds represent the rate of flow of energy over surface S enclosed volume V. So, E cross H give rate of flow of energy through unit area enclosed volume V. This equation is called conservation of law of energy. Conservation of law of energy. So, this equation is explained by Poynting. So, this is Poynting theorem. I hope you understand this mechanism for Joule heating loss and oscillating the electric and magnetic functions. This is also the loss of energy. So, understand this theorem. Thank you so much.